How you doing? How are you doing? Learning how to talk still. How you doing, my friends? Good to see you. It's Dan coming at you live from Oak Lawn. Good to see you. Hey, I want to share something with you, and to be honest, this is a little bit humbling, but I'm hoping that this will be helpful for us. If I'll share honestly and humbly a little bit here. I've messed up some relationships in my life, and I'm talking about relationships that I valued, relationships that the people that I cared about, and it really saddens me that I did this. By the way, I'm not talking about romantic relationships right now. I'm talking about friendships. I've messed up, and it's strange that several of these relationships that I'm talking about really were not damaged in an intentional way on my part. And I don't say that to avoid responsibility. Please understand, I'm responsible. I recognize that. And the relationships that I'm referring to right now, where damage happened, it was my fault. I realize that truth. I'm admitting that. But when I say that the relationships were damaged by me in an unintentional way, what I mean is that it honestly wasn't my desire to mess them up. That wasn't what I wanted to do. However, I was prideful. I was selfish. And those two qualities are very hurtful in any relationships, right? Yeah. And also, as I look back now with the benefit of some hindsight, hopefully with maybe a little bit, I hope maybe a little bit more maturity now, I hope. Looking back, I realized that I damaged some of these relationships because I was careless. Yeah, I've thought about that a good bit. I was careless. When people give relationship advice, or maybe you read a book about relationships or go to a seminar about relationships, this is a topic that I don't think comes up all that often, but it's actually pretty important. We can be careless in our relationships. For example, taking a friend for granted. That's a form of carelessness. Or assuming that a friend's always going to hang with you and always be with you no matter what kind of crazy behaviors you engage in. That's a form of relational carelessness. I was careless. Prideful, selfish, and careless. Not too surprising that I messed up, huh? By the way, I'm mentioning all this. I'm not bringing this up to beat myself up. I know that there's forgiveness in Christ. I'm bringing this up to shine a light on it. I'm bringing this up in an effort to be honest and really see the truth of what happened, so that maybe we can avoid this. Maybe this can be avoided in the future. In fact, here's a thought. What are the opposites of those problem qualities that I just mentioned? I mentioned being prideful and selfish and careless. What would be some of the opposites of those? How about humility? Consideration for others? How about genuine kindness and concern? By the way, it shouldn't surprise us too much. Those good qualities that I just mentioned, those are qualities that God would call virtuous in the Bible. Again, I'm saying this hopefully to help. Let's cultivate these good qualities, these virtuous relational characteristics. And by the way, I'm talking to myself too. When I say let's, I mean me too. Let us you and me, let us cultivate these good qualities in our relationships, and I believe our relationships will then be likely to flourish. That'd be good, wouldn't it?